How about this? They call me Dr. John. Dr. John Cooper Clarke, that is, and you're listening to James Shakeshaft on vinyl. Something or other.
You heard the Doctor, I'm back, and my God, does it feel good. Stick around till 12.
18 januari 1963.
Het schaatsmarathon zonder weer.
5:30 in de ochtend.
200 kilometer door een Friesland waartegen alleen de allersterkste zijn opgepast.
Start zijn voor de 12e Elfstedentocht.
Waar iedereen zich voor opmaakt, dat is de Elfstedentocht.
De 12e Elfstedentocht. Temperatuur 16 graden beneden nul. Een monsterrit van ruim 200 kilometer.
Waar iedereen zich voor opmaakt.
Wedstrijdrijders. Rond 9500 toerrijders. Een aantal Zweden, Canadezen, Zwitsers en Belgen.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Series 3 of the Vinyl Revival, with who else could it be but me, James Shakeshaft, and I'm going to be with you until 12 o'clock. Kicking off the episode there, that was Public Service Broadcasting with their Record Store Day release, and if you haven't guessed already, the whole show is going to be about Record Store Day. Even though it was last week, we weren't on air last week, but we are now. So yes, that was one of the records that I purchased, and that was by Public Service Broadcasting, and the name of that song is something that I'm going to fail to pronounce. It's a Dutch spelling, and it's called Elfstedentocht. That's not how you pronounce it, though. And the reason it's a Dutch spelling is because they were commissioned to write that song for the famous canal race in Holland, which is when the canals freeze over, they have an ice skating race across Holland. And they did a fabulous job, and they weren't planning on releasing that song, and they released it for Record Store Day as a limited edition vinyl, and it was lovely, and it's white. It's more of an off-white, sort of a cream. but lovely as ever there from Public Service Broadcasting. And if any of you remember, I actually interviewed them a couple of months ago, and that was fantastic on my World War II themed show for Remembrance Weekend. So it wasn't a couple of months ago, it was about half a year ago. God, time flies when you're having fun. But I'm always having fun here on the Vinyl Revival. Anyway, moving swiftly forward to the next record, and I was going to save it for the end of the show, but I'm just too excited. It's from my hero, my legend. It is from Mr. Jack White. There's been a lot of hype about this record, and for very, very good reasons. This is, in fact, the fastest release ever known to mankind. It went from the man's guitar and band, pressed to vinyl, mastered and ready to sell in 3 hours and 50 minutes. Try beat that if you can. Recorded in Jack White's beautiful studios in Memphis, Tennessee, in Third Man Records. It's absolutely great, and there's a little video online, a short video about 10 minutes long about the production of it, and you should definitely check it out. It's just brand new. Third Man Records have got a lot of exciting things going on. However, none of them are as exciting as this. So, brace yourself. This is Jack White's Record Store Day release. Everybody wants this. Everybody who's anybody wants this record in their collection, but hardly anyone has because there are only a couple of 100 copies made and they're all in the US. But I swear to Christ, one day I'm gonna have this in my possession. This is Jack White with his brand new single, Lazaretto.
Yes, 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 yes! Ladies and gentlemen, today, everybody here is a piece of history. Today, April 19th, 2014, Record Store Day, hashtag RSD14, hashtag World's Fastest Record. We are all making history together, brothers, sisters in arms. When that cutting light goes on, guess what? It's Jesus walking from the tomb. All right, and after that light goes off, the masters have left the building, okay? You guys aren't going to see it, but those masters are on their way to URP to start pressing the world's fastest record. We're going to keep it fairly brief but amazing so Jack can go to URP and personally supervise the production of these masters. All right, we love you guys. Without any further ado, Jack White.
Leading in, leading in, leading in. We're in the groove.
We're in the groove.
My veins are blue and connected, and every single bone in my brain is electric. But I dig bitches like the best of them. Your trabajo duro, como en madera y eso. Como en madera y eso.
There we have it, the fastest record ever released. That was Lazaretto by Jack White, which will be on his brand spanking new solo album. And I'm sure that he's got something up his little sleeve, something fancy with the vinyl. Maybe it'll glow in the dark. Ooh, is that too easy? Maybe it'll be edible. Maybe it'll be inedible, but we just don't know. We'll have to wait, but it'll definitely be recorded in Memphis, Tennessee, at his home of Third Man Studios. What's the word? I've forgotten. It's flown out me head. We've got tons and tons and tons of these great records lined up for you through this show. And Record Store Day, anyway, for those that don't know, it's a chance for artists and record labels to release limited edition vinyl. And so, you know, it could just be to revive an artist, or it could be a brand new artist. You know, it's a mixture. There's re-releases this year from The Doors that you're going to get to hear, and there's plenty of other bands just like them. It was set up about 6 years ago by the main man from Rough Trade Records, and it's still very much in its infancy, but a lot of people are behind it, and it's taken off like a Harrier jump jet. I spent my Record Store Day this year at Ian Delwhittle's lovely store, Crash Records, on the Hedgerow, and I didn't even have to queue, and I got everything that I wanted, including a brand new NME's #1 Record Store Day purchase, the picture disc of David Bowie's Rock and Roll Suicide. And I tell you what, I might just have to play it for you at the end of this show. But now we've got a song from the Pixies, and the reason I'm playing this is because I love the Pixies. You know I do. But there's a cool little story behind this, because, you know, people like to put a little twist, something, a one-off with these records, and they actually got their fans to design the album artwork for this reissue, which I really liked. I was going to have a go at it myself, but the deadline was just too soon. I had my hands full. And the artwork is not fantastic, if I'm completely honest with you. But this song still has not lost any meaning on me. It's absolutely fantastic. This is Indie Cindy by the Pixies, and we got tons more where that came from, so please don't leave me hanging. We've only got 40 minutes left. This is the vinyl revival, and this is the Pixies. was absolutely lovely there. A reissue of the Pixies' Indie Cindy. I didn't actually get my hands on a copy of that, but my jammy friend Paddy Mallinson, he was one step ahead of me in the queue and he purchased that for £30 sterling. I just thought I'd slip that in there to sort of break up the tunes, because don't get me wrong, there was a lot of high intensity at the beginning with that public service broadcasting record, and of course, Jack White. I know I go on a bit. I know I go on about him a lot, but it's for a very good reason. And if you look up his archives online, you'll understand why. So he's actually got a little project going at the moment to be released in May with Neil Young, and it's a 1940s folk cover album, and it's all been recorded. Oh my God, my voice has gone to butter. It's all been recorded in Third Man Records' very own 1940s recording booth. It's about the size of a Portaloo at a festival, but somehow they fit Jack White and Neil Young in it. And when you're in there, you press record, it's got automatic EQs, compression, blah-de-blah on every mic, and it presses it straight to vinyl for you. What a beautiful creation. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, James, will you shut up about vinyl? But why would I? This is, after all, the vinyl revival. And if you don't like it, you can lump it. Anyway, I better not slow this down. I tend to ramble on. But anyway, I've go on about it all the time, but my bed music, it's Twin Peaks. It's David Lynch's TV series. And the next song I've got is by David Lynch. Well, I say that. Originally it was. And it's taken from David Lynch's The Big Dream remix EP. And if you're a fan of me and a fan of my show, which I'm sure you are, or maybe you're just a Leeds fan, you'll know which remix I'm going to play, and it's by none other than the little idiot himself, Moby. That's not an insult, that's just what he refers to himself as. And again, I didn't manage to get my hands on a copy of this, unfortunately. David Lynch is always very creative with his Record Store Day releases, and there's already rumour that he's going to re-release all these songs that you're hearing right now, like this one, on separate 7-inches, and the rumour is that they're going to be on different vinyl. So this would be coffee brown, and there may be one that's the trees, and one that's the texture of the floor in the dreams that Agent Cooper has, revealing clues of Laura Palmer's death. But we'll have to wait for next year for that. But without further ado, I say it all the time, this is David Lynch, the Big Dream remix EP, and I'm playing Moby's version of this song, which I don't love it, I adore it. Can you hear them drums already? It's very Twin Peaks. This is more like it on a Monday evening. Please let me know if you had a happy Monday or if you had a crappy Monday. I've had a very nice Monday. I went out for a meal. Did you go out for a meal, or did you stay at home and have fish fingers, beans and chips? It's nice to be laid back sometimes on this show. Sometimes I try kick it into gear and I forget about the fact that it's people's bedtimes. Please stay awake. I'm not trying to send you into a daze.
Together
sick of the spontaneity of the chat box. Please reveal your true names. I've got Bernard Matthews, I've got Cornelius, Fran Hughes and Sophie Mitchell. Who are you all? Who are you all? Please. Let yourself go. Right. I've said it once and I'll say it again. People on the chat box, please show your faces. I hope that the J is my mum. I love it when she listens. Hiya, mum. That was David Lynch's The Big Dream EP, remixed by Moby, who's been a fan of David Lynch for his whole musical career, sampling the strings from Laura Palmer's theme in the song Go, which I played on my last show, which feels like about a decade ago. And like I said before, it's so good to be back. I'm like a bull at a gate, you know, I'm raring to go, and I'm going to try and cool it down. This next one should help you chillax for the last half an hour of the show, taking us into the second half and the final half. This is episode 1 of series 3, The Vinyl Revival, with me, James Shakeshaft, and I genuinely appreciate your time, and I'm glad that you're listening to me. Whew. Just going to take a breather for a second. This is Fleetwood Mac's release, and I know there's a lot of brand new bands releasing stuff for Record Store Day that you'd much rather hear, but I like to stick with what I know. I like the old bands, that's what I'm about. Have you not got that yet? If you haven't got that, then turn this off, wait till tomorrow and put Steve Lamacq on at 4. That should float your boat, but it certainly doesn't float mine. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Do you remember Topics in Heroes? They were awful, weren't they? You just save them till the end. No one wants fruit in their chocolate. Or was it a nut? I can't remember, but I don't like them. Anyway, I'm going off topic. This is a song by Fleetwood Mac called Dragonfly, and it's not the Fleetwood Mac that you know. I can't stress this enough. This is before Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham were even involved. They were over in California, in the sun, recording Buckingham Nicks. This is good old Fleetwood Mac with Christine McVie, Mick Fleetwood, and of course the legendary Peter Green, who was the sole songwriter of Fleetwood Mac, and he gave them their sound, but he sadly passed away due to an LSD, I don't know if it was a trip or an overdose, but you know, it's a fine line. I don't know if that classes as a pun with LSD, because it's not really a line, is it? Anyway, this record, there's only 500 copies of it, and on the A side is a song called Purple Dancer, but I genuinely prefer the B side, so I'm going to play Dragonfly for you. And it was released in bright blue vinyl, and it looks very nice. And it's a shame that this man died, because you're going to hear his genuine talent shine through in this song. This is Dragonfly by Fleetwood Mac. I really hope you enjoy this one. just been asked if I've ever come across any clear vinyl in my time, and I've got a clear vinyl version of Tom Tom Club's album, and I can't remember what it is, but it's that one that looks like it was drawn by a primary school kid for his mam. Very pretty. So we've clarified that in a topic there was actually no fruit, there was just nuts. You're not even getting your 5 a day, and Jack says that he's not a fan of crunchies either, and I agree. Terrible. Get rid of them.
There upon an apple leaf, a gorgeous opal crown set on his head. Although the garden is a lovely place, was it worthy of so fine a guest?
How about this? They call me Dr. John. Dr. John Cooper Clarke, that is, and you're listening to James Shakeshaft on vinyl. Something or other.
Surely by now you know what that sound means. Do you? Do you know? It's time for the feature on here on the Vinyl Revival, and this week it is the Charity Shop 7-inch find. And I got a very Mancunian one for you. This song reached number 19 on the UK singles chart, considered a disappointment by Andy Ross of Food Records. By a band called Blur. And it's a song called End of the Century, and they all regretted releasing this as a single, but I still think this is lovely. And I rediscovered this lovely gem after finding it in a charity shop near me, and I'm sure it's in one near you, and I picked this up for 50 pence. That's less than a song on iTunes, and I tell you what, this'll last forever. It's scratched, but it sounds great. Perfect Sunday afternoon listening, but I'm very aware that it's not a Sunday and it's a Monday, and I'm also very aware I've only got 20 seconds left. I mean 20 minutes. This is End of a Century by Blur, and I hope you enjoy it.
She says there's ants in the carpet, dirty little monsters, eating all the mussels, picking up the rubbish. Give her effervescence, she needs a little sparkle. Good morning TV, you're looking so healthy. We all say don't want to be alone. We wear the same clothes cause we feel the same, and kiss the dry lips when we say goodnight. And I'm a century, oh, it's nothing special. Sex on the TV, everybody's at it, and the mind gets dirty as you get closer to 30. Gives her a cuddle, glowing in a huddle. Good night TV, you're all made up, and you're looking like we all say don't want to be alone. We wear the same clothes, cause we feel the same, and kiss the dry lips.
Just been told that there's no pressing plants here in the UK, but I'm sure there are a couple down south. Stop me if I'm wrong, stop me if I'm wrong. You're very much wrong, actually. Bridlington. Bridlington are home to a great pressing plant. I know many of people that have recorded and had vinyls pressed, and I've forgotten the name of it, but check it out, Bridlington.
Ah, yes, you can.
In fact, hang about, you definitely can get vinyls pressed in the UK.
We wear the same clothes 'cause we feel the same. Kiss the dry lips when we say goodnight. Another century, oh, it's not special. We just say the one to be alone. We wear the same clothes 'cause we feel the same. Kiss the dry lips when we say goodnight. Another century, oh, it's not special. Oh, another century, oh.
That was Blur with End of a Century, and that was my 7-inch charity shop purchase of this week. Now, I know it's a Record Store Day special, and you're thinking, what's that sound? It's another feature, and you're right, it is. But I'd just like to take a second to talk about Live at Leeds, which is happening this weekend. And if you haven't got a ticket, you should get one. It's £25, but to be honest, you'll see a lot of bands for your buck. I'm definitely going, and I'm going to be doing some interviews, hopefully, with Black Moth and the Fat White Family, which should be very exciting. I'm going to be seeing a lot of other bands as well, Courtney Barnett, and there's hundreds. I'm not even going to bother listing them for you, but if you go online, search Live at Leeds, you should definitely be there, because I will be. Come and say hello. But talking of Leeds music and the Leeds music scene, Leeds band Eagles, who are currently in America, again, are fantastic. And if you haven't, you should get their debut album because it's just absolutely crack-a-lacking. My story about the Eagles are Tom Kelly, bassist, came into the bar I work in, Cellar Bar. I was serving another gentleman while he spoke to me. He said he was off to New York. I said, great. Anyway, I thought I overheard him saying he was going to see the Letterman. I said, that's very good. I went to see the Letterman. It's a lot of fun. Later that evening, not later that evening, the day after, sorry, he posted a video. He was on David Letterman, not actually there, but the band Eagles were playing on the David Letterman show alongside cult actor Bill Murray. They are doing very well for themselves. They're currently doing a tour in America at the moment, and you know what? They deserve every little bit of the success that they are getting. So I've decided that I'm going to add a new music section to my show. I know what you're thinking. I'm a granddad. I only like songs that were made in the 1970s. 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s. And I just played Blur, so 90s. But now we're coming up to the present day, and this is a song by Eagles called Nerve Endings. And if you haven't heard this already on BBC 6 Music, BBC 2 and any other radio station you may or may not listen to, you're going to hear it now because you know what? You're listening to me, and I'm James Shakeshaft, and this is the Vinyl Revival. You are now listening to the Eagles' Nerve Endings.
like this. They call me Dr. John. Dr. John Cooper Clarke, that is, and you're listening to James Shakeshaft on vinyl.
Right, it's only just dawned on me that it's 10 minutes to 12 and I've got 4 records left for you and I'm not going to be able to fit them all in, so I've just had to wipe some songs, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. But anyway, without talking about what's not happening, we're talking about what is happening and what's going to happen next. And this next song, Jackpot Records presents Devo live at Max's Kansas City in 1977. It's a double LP and it was recorded on April the 19th, I believe. And anyway, it's a Record Store Day special from Devo. Who'd have thought it? David Bowie was actually backstage at this performance with 5 self-proclaimed Spud Boys from Akron, waiting for his cue to introduce the band, who in his words were the band of the future. And if David Bowie thinks that, he's definitely got something right, hasn't he? As time went on, it became clear that the future is still waiting to catch up with Devo, because let's be honest, they're just so far ahead of their time. And anyway, this song that I'm going to play for you is one of my favourite Devo tunes, and it's Gut Feeling, and it was used in Wes Anderson's Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. And it's a fantastic soundtrack. Anyway, we've got 10 minutes left, and this is the Vinyl Revival with me, James Shakeshaft. I bet you're sick of hearing it, and it's a Record Store Day special. Don't know what else I can really say. I'm lost for words because you guys are so kind. First got brought to this song after it was used on a EA Skates game, and it definitely stood out.
How about this?
That song had a sudden ending.
Dr. John. Dr. John Cooper Clarke, that is, and you're listening to James Shakeshaft on vinyl.
Right, guys, we've come to the closing segment of my show, and I must thank each and every one of you for listening. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. And it has been a Record Store Day special, but that being said, we must not forget a record store is not just for Record Store Day. It's a suffering industry, and we should support our local record shops all year round. In our area, we've got some lovely little ones. We've got Crash Records, we've got Jumbo, not so nice. Had a bit of a to-do with them. But also Relics Records, if you're just looking for some great second-hand vinyl, you know. If your pocket's a bit tight and you just want to go get a few 7-inches, they're great. You could get 4 singles for a tenner. It's all lovely anyway, yeah. It's like one of those stickers in a car, you see, where it's like a dog ain't just for Christmas. A record store ain't just for Record Store Day. It's fantastic that it's brought sort of notice to, you know, the industry, but, you know, you've got to really go out of your way, keep them in business, because we love vinyl, we do. And I'm going to give a shout out to Astrid. I never do shout outs, but head of the 60s Society, thanks for listening. You're very loyal. And you've all been very talkative tonight here on the chat box, and it's what I like to see, and I tell you what, I'd quite like to see it next week as well. Anyway. This is NME's #1 hottest release for Record Store Day, and it's by my favourite artist of all times, David Bowie. Oh yes, and it's a 7-inch of his song Rock and Roll Suicide, taken from the album Does It Even Need Saying? I won't say it for the naysayers, but I'll say it for the yay-sayers, and it's from Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. It's Rise and Fall, I should have put at the beginning, but I didn't. And I've had to cut out a load of songs for you tonight, unfortunately, because I've just been too talkative, like Mark Bolan at the BBC, a wonderful little box set that was released for Record Store Day. Check that out online. I might have to spill that over to the next week's episode. And also The Doors did a cracking release of all different live shows on the B-side, and then all studio, like, non-masters on the A-side. And it's a rather lovely little package, and I didn't manage to get my hands on that either, unfortunately. If Jim Morrison was still alive, would he be into Record Store Day? Well, Ray Manzarek was until he sadly passed away last year. And I know Robbie Kruger and John Densmore are very much involved. I believe that one of them is going to be crowned chairman for Record Store Day 2005. But correct me if I'm wrong, But I've got to end this show now, unfortunately, but I will be here this time next week. It's been absolutely incredible to be back. I absolutely love my job, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. You're all great. Good night, don't let the bedbugs bite, and I'm going to leave you with this. Rock and Roll Suicide. Tatty bye, tatty bye.
Time takes a cigarette, puts it in your mouth. You pull on your finger, then another finger, then a cigarette. The water wall is calling, it lingers, then you forget. Oh, ho, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. You're too old to lose it, too young to choose it. And the clock waits so patiently on your song. You walk past the cafe, but you don't eat when you've lived too long. Oh no, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. Shift breaks the snarling as you stumble across the road. But the day breaks instead, so you hurry home. Don't let the sun blast your shadow. Don't let the milk float rob your mind. They're so natural, religiously